Don't. Be still or indifferent. That's dull. Be diligent in step back, from the stepping back, not grasping, step back for both grasping and not grasping. Cut, step back from cut and not cut. And it will be a true cut, not grasping, step back from not grasping and grasping. So it will be a true not grasping. A true not grasping, it has nothing to do with grasping or not grasping. A true cut is not anything in cut or not cut. So cut, step back from cut and not cut. It will be a true cut that has no meaning. Not grasping, step back from both grasping and not grasping. And it wouldn't mean anything in either grasping or not grasping. That is a true not grasping. Not grasping, both grasping and not grasping. That is a true not grasping. Just cut. Cut, both cut and not cut. Everything. Enlightened and enlightened for one another, for everything simultaneously. Don't have to emphasize or worry anything. It's not about cultivate body, mind, dhamma or anything. You create karma. You create a loop that you caught up in when you cultivate. Let go of both let go and not let go. Don't obsess with let go of anything. It is a way to cultivate, and you create a cycle in itself. Whatever you cultivate, it isn't about trying to cut or not cut. Cut, both cut and not cut. To cultivate anything, you circling in that, it becomes a samsara in that. Just cut, both cut and not cut. To end, both end and not end. Not about cultivating. Isn't about cultivating anything or practice anything. It isn't about doing anything. Just cut. Cut. Both cut and not cut. Together with everything. Everything. Cut and cut for everything all at once. End and end for everything all at once. If you haven't thought about this, you don't have a power. You always fixate on self, cover in self, having something to do with indifference, with stillness. You hold on to stillness, to indifference, identifying with that. That is what covered you up. So let go, both let go and not let go. all the same, not grasping both grasping and not grasping. Not identify, both identify and not identify, all the same. You let go both let go and not let go, all the same. You renounce both renounced and not renounced, all the same, in a way that there's nothing, no meaning in that sameness. So it end, the ending, cut the cutting, and stop the stopping for one another. All and everything, be forgiven. Ahosi, ahosi. Open up fully, everything. Not grasping both, grasping and not grasping, together with everything. Fully, completely, when you cut, both cut and not cut, together with everything. Inner and outer will be released of the released, all together, simultaneously. That's the only thing that is needed to be done. You just have to do it together with everything, and it won't be about delusion, still having something to do with inner or outer. The delusion will be gone totally. So keep recalling the word everything. Make conclusion together with everything, and the focus on your mind. Still wanting something for yourself, being selfish, focus on self will be gone. Wanting to grasp on something, gaining something, still want to have something for body and mind, that is selfish. So what you need to do is just to do it for inner and outer all together at once, everything, and it won't be about grasping for either inner or outer. All will be gone, both inner and outer, personal and public matter, dissolved all together at once. Dissolve both personal and public matter all at once. Release the released, relax the relaxed, together, simultaneously. If you focus on self, having a lot to do with self, it's not helping. That is a delusion. Delusion to have something to do for your mind, knowing, seeing, body and mind. You still want stillness, peace or indifference. You still have a lot to gain for self, being selfish. So give up, both give up and not give up, all together with everything. Give up, both give up and not give up, with everything. Not grasping both, grasping and not grasping, together with everything, all the same, everything. That is it, not grasping both, grasping and not grasping, not just fixate on either grasping or not grasping anything. Become without limit, It is something without limit.
แค่ไม่
Don't just cut or not cut. Cut both cut and not cut.
อย่าแค่เกี่ยวไม่เกี่ยว
Don't just
ไม่เกี่ยว
involve or not involved.
เกี่ยว
Not involved, both involved and not involved.
อย่าแค่ไม่ลูก
Don't just
ไม่
cut
ไม่
or not
ไม่
cut.
ไม่
Cut both cut and not cut.
อย่าแค่เอาไม่เอาอะไร
Don't just grasping or not grasping anything. Not grasping both grasping and not grasping. Form without limit.
อย่าแค่เอาไม่เอา
Don't just
อย่าแค่ไม่
grasping or not grasping, cutting or not cutting.
ทั้งไม่
I have told you not grasping both grasping and not grasping. Cut both cut and not cut.
ไม่มีขอบเขตไปสิ
And that is without
อะไร
limit.
ก็คาอยู่ตรงแค่นะ
You focus on anything. You stay with anything. It is a limitation.
นั่นแหละไม่เอามัน
That
ทั้งเอา
is
ทั้ง
it.
ไม่เอาไป
Not
เลย
grasping
ทุกอย่าง
both grasping and not grasping. With everything. That is it. Not attached, both attached and not attached. So you let go of both attached and not attached. Not grasping, both grasping and not grasping. It's the same essence as not attached, both attached and not attached. It's in both attached and not attached. With everything all the same. The seeing isn't about grasping on seeing. Knowing isn't about grasping on the knowing. The body isn't about grasping on the body. The mind isn't about grasping on the mind. It is something that isn't about grasping, either grasping on grasping or not grasping. Something that not grasping, either grasping or not grasping. It is release that release. Relaxed that relax together with everything. Any mind state isn't about grasping on the mind state. Seeing isn't about grasping on. Knowing isn't about grasping on. Not grasping both, grasping and not grasping. Released, the released. The only thing is just to open completely. If you don't open up, you always fixate on observing something on yourself, being with yourself, body, mind. So open up, like a lotus in bloom that let go of the blooming itself. So open up completely. open in a way that you're not grasping, both grasping and not grasping. That is how you open completely. A lotus has to bloom and let go of the blooming. Fixating, dwelling on anything, don't feel precious or trying to hold on any state. Let go of both let go and not let go. Open completely, everything, everything. Not grasping, both grasping and not grasping all the time. So it released from any fixation. The fixation is delusive attachment. You focus on anything, you sustain anything, you are practicing delusive attachment. So everything, and it will release from any fixation, any delusive attachment. Let go of both let go and not let go all the time, not grasping, both grasping and not grasping all the time. It will dissolve any fixation, any focus. You focus on the knowing. You have suffering with the knowing. So not grasping, both grasping and not grasping, it will release the release for one another all the time. You let go of both let go and not let go. Not grasping, both grasping and not grasping, it will release the release for everything. Release the release for one another all the time. It will release the release for one another on and on. That is the effect for the samsara. It's only beneficial for the samsara. A lotus in bloom, let go of the blooming. Let go, both let go and not let go all the time, and it will release the release all the time. Not grasping, both grasping and not grasping all the time, all the time. And it will release the release for one another, for yourself and for the samsara simultaneously. Don't fixate or focus or concentrate on anything. Even meditation, mindfulness, mind power. You have been practicing on this for a long time. Fixating, and then you sustain, and that is a realm of existence. So not grasping, both grasping and not grasping, it will release the release for one another all the time. You've been doing a lot of fixation, of concentration, both worldly and in Dhamma way. That is it, not grasping, both grasping and not grasping constantly, so it released the release. On and on, keep on blessing, release the release. No matter how open you are, go on in a way that you're not grasping, both grasping and not grasping, all the same. The stillness, indifference, staying with it, that is a fixation. It is something without limit. You cannot fixate on anything. something that doesn't have either having or not having.
แค่อะไรลูก
Cannot be with anything or identify with anything. Whatever you identify with, that is the limitation.
ก็พร้อมมันไปเลย
All together with everything, together with knowing and seeing, not grasping, both grasping and not grasping, together with knowing and seeing. So it dissolved
หาประธานนี่มัน
any desire that is overlaying knowing and seeing.
ไม่เอามันทั้งเอาทั้งไม่เอา
Not grasping, both grasping and not grasping, together with knowing and seeing. It will dissolve
กรรมซ้อนตัว
any determination or intention that overlay knowing, seeing, that is karma, that overlay knowing and seeing.
ในตัวรู้น่ะ
Still having something to do with knowing and seeing, it will be dissolved.
ตัวกำหนดทั้ง
Desire is manipulating knowing and seeing.
ทั้งไม่เอา
So not grasping, both grasping and not grasping.
นี่มันทั้งตัวที่
Let go, both let go and not let go.
สละมันทั้งตัวสละ
You
ตัว
give
ไม่
up,
สละ
both give up and not give up.
จนตลอด
All the time, all the time. Give up, both give up and not give up. You give up, both give up and not give up. And it will release the release.